which means there's not a lot of natural light to film outside and it's cold. So I've come inside to do the last bit of the last part of the video, looking at 30-day map challenge that happened in November and showing the ones that I thought were kind of just using maps for art rather, or using map data for art rather than just to show information and to be practical, just the ones that are beautiful. So again, go and watch part 1, part 2 and part 3 if you haven't already, because that will make more sense and you'll see more of them. But yeah, day 4, it's got part 4 rather, it's going to be our final part, and we're just following up here with day 24. I'll make sure there's enough space for me to put in the maps here. Day 24, the prompt for people was only circular shapes, and I've got my choices on the computer in front of me right now. This one was quite cool because it used the Large Hadron Collider, well, the various Hadron Colliders in France, Switzerland, to illustrate that. Is it arty? It's also practical, but quite nice and a fun use of the prompt there. I do like the arty kind of dotty, well, circular shading for the hills and the built-up areas there. That was really clever, I think. And if I press the right button, what was the other choice I did? Oh yeah, this one was similar, using dot circles as kind of shading, different size. There's no shade or colour change here. It's just the different size circles shade it differently. That's really nice and quite special. I think really clever use of the prompt circles here. And likewise, Jean-Marc did well using circles in a clever way. So they kind of putting circular shapes to use. So this population clusters mixed with areas that produce grapes. So yeah, it's I think how much wine or grapes produced per population, so darker more, but then using those circles kind of making that bigger image of France, which was quite cool. I like that. It's funny. Day 25, heat. So this one was actually in my talk that I gave in Antwerp about looking for art made from OpenStreetMap data. This was kind of the example I gave is people take the buildings of an area and line them up in a kind of artistic way without the context of the roads or where they are. This one's quite interesting. It's done that, but it's only roofs that have solar panels on, I think is what I understood from the translation. And it's, yeah, it shows the map, but also I guess it's showing what's producing energy from solar. There's a story behind this image here. Day 26, the prompt was projections, which I guess goes technical again with showing different projections and how they distort the world, or how they try and fit it less distorted on a square map. And some people had some fun with the prompts. I don't think there was anything too like revolutionary new art or looking nice. But this was a funny little one, just focusing on one country, the one that tends to get distorted the most, which was Greenland, and taking it, not showing the whole world projected onto a flat plane, but showing just Greenland with the different projections kind of dotted around here. Day 27 was micro mapping was the prompt. So I thought I'd find some real detail here. I think OpenStreetMap has crazy amount of detail, as we saw in some of the last, like the detail of the golf courses, where the sand bunkers are. People map lampposts in OpenStreetMap. Nobody's made art from like those really specific bits being mapped, but they did zoom in. So I'm not sure if this first one I saw is OpenStreetMap data or not. But they focus really closely on their little village. And putting it in a round all kind of makes it arty rather than just showing the map in the classic square. Yeah, they love a map in a circle. It's been done plenty of times. It ticks that box for art, I guess, put it in a circle. But there were some other examples. This one, where was this? This is Ukraine. Micro mapping, it's showing all the detail. There's so much data here, it kind of blurs my focus. I can't use that for kind of using the information. I think it can only really be used in an art way. But that's what it's doing there. It's quite fun, but also showing off the data. Great example of micro mapping all that detail, but also displaying that, being proud of it, you know, sticking this on a wall as art. It will work. And then this was a clever one, taking the map concept, applying it in a way different medium, a different style. So they kind of, I think it's a bit of a play on the words again, because micro mapping, micro controller maybe. This actually keeps sharing. I saw him share the map of someone else. So I don't know if it's elsewhere on social media that I didn't see. But yeah, it's this map, and I think it's got a large version as well. Yeah, of a city, but done as if it was a circuit board, which is a clever arty kind of thing. And the blog post they've got goes into quite a lot of detail about what is changed into what, whether it's just circuit lines and the different circuit components to illustrate different things. Yes, you could put a key, a legend behind this and use it to navigate. Art maps can be navigatable, but yeah, it's just fun to see, I guess. Yeah, and art. If you like electronics and you like this place, which I'm not sure where it was, yeah, maybe you should get a wall print of this. Day 29 was Overture data. It's another one where forcing the use of data makes interesting choices, or Overture is a bit mixed anyway. I'm not quite sure on how I feel about that data. But hey, this person, Alexandre, just took the railway lines, the different track lines at railway stations, and they're kind of wispy curly. I think a bit like some of the other maps I've liked, that they kind of feel alive, they're symbolic, there's a story behind there, and displaying them in different ways. So I included that on this video, telling you about the map art that I like. And that gets us on to what was the last day, was day 30. The prompt was the final map. I can't remember what the full information about it was, but basically it's the last day. It was a bit of do what you like or revisit. A lot of people used it as a chance to showcase what they've done, to put all the maps together that they created over the 30-day map challenge, which I think is quite cool. It shows they completed every day, or shows how many they completed, and they get that pride to show off. So well done to the people who did that, even if you did just a few. So yeah, there's an example of that. IGN France also kind of did the same. They did a collage of their maps that they had created, but or that they had shared. But I quite liked how they've done it within the borders of France. So it's a map of maps, I guess, which is really special. And then Eugene, I don't know why this is better than a grid, but it does. It just Eugene shared it halfway through the progress. It's the calendar of their days, and I guess this is good because the prompts did change things and more interesting. Yeah, it's interesting getting to reflect on that. I know Eugene is planning to finish it. He's got a couple of days left when I was preparing this video and filming it. So yeah, see, he's probably completed all 30 days by the point this video goes online. But it's been great. Oh, and some people, or I'm not sure many, there was one that did summaries of what the map prompts have been about. So there were 157 maps about Ukraine, or at least this one person identified that. There are a few other subjects that I think while I was looking through this, I thought, oh well, that's interesting. You know, how many of them have been when I saw kind of repeats of different things. Ukraine was one of the big subjects, but not the only repetitive subject. So that's cool. And I guess this video counts as a summary as well of how many art type contributions there were. And some people did just a completely new map for day 30. They were great creators and wanted to continue creating. So Alex Map did this, which I quite like it because it's got the patterns repeated there. It's informational, but yeah, I'll use this next time I'm in Africa maybe to identify what giraffes I'm seeing and if they're in the right place, or identify where I am based on the giraffes' patterns. Yeah, and that's kind of it. But I also want to do some special mentions. So, kind of a lot of days I've been wanting to include something from Spatial Think Lab. I don't think I managed to, but I really liked how they took away from the digitally produced maps and you created physical through embroidery or stitching felt together. That was really quite cool and fun. I don't know why they didn't quite fit in any of my videos. Probably because I was trying to cut it down. But they were cool. Also, a special mention to Every Door, the OSM editor, who, I don't know if they had a post for every day, but tried so hard, not about maps, but about this app editor for OpenStreetMap, using the prompt to talk about the app. I think it was great. Some of them really pushed what the prompt so that they could talk about. Some were really focused. Yeah, well done to that. I totally have a video planned about Every Door OSM editor. I've started filming that, so I'm excited to tell you about that. But yeah, basically, in summary, I think it was there were great submissions. I think this passed me by in past years. I've kind of seen a few contributions, but 30-day map challenge, to look at them, to be focused on looking through everyone, is just such a joy to see these varied map creations, the different skills, some people learning new skills, some people repeating ones they know. And so, yeah, so I enjoyed it. On the data, to be honest, they're supposed to mention what data source I use and ideally the tools. It seemed people were a bit slack on that because I couldn't always tell if they used OpenStreetMap or what data they used at all, which was a shame. So I think that could be better. OpenStreetMap, of course, there were lots of contributions using OpenStreetMap data because it does enable people to use tools to not have a entry to barrier through skill or cost or legal amount, that people can download OpenStreetMap data. They can change the style, they can embroider it, they can do different things, they can be creative, and the license really allows that. Just giving credit is all that's needed, and they get to share it with everyone, and that's really fun. So it's really good. I think well done to everyone who contributed, whether they did 30 days or not. It's great. Yeah, maybe next year I'll join and make some of my own contributions. And I hope you enjoyed my summary of the ones I thought were very art-like contributions, that they were as much art as they were maps. If I did miss any that you think I should have included, please tell me, because it's really fun to see them and to share that, and it was really tricky to find all of them on social media. But yeah, next video will be about me doing some map editing, I'm sure.